What is up, guys? My name is Mark Santamaria. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the RC vlog. Guys, this past weekend, not this past weekend, but the last race I was at, I actually learned something new that I had no idea about, and it was related to the Traxxas ID connector. So let me address the elephant in the room. Why do I run Traxxas ID connectors? Well, I run Traxxas batteries. So why do I run Traxxas batteries? I run Traxxas batteries on my short course only. And the only reason why I run Traxxas batteries on my short course is because I've tried the high C rated batteries, and maybe they're different now, but it was like back when Orion had the 100C awesome batteries. I've tried them before, and every time I run a high C rated battery on my short course, it puffs the battery. So the Traxxas guys, I got a lot of friends at Traxxas. They said, give a Traxxas battery a try. So I gave a Traxxas battery a try, and I'm not joking, guys. I have never puffed a Traxxas battery in my short course. I run the Traxxas 7600s. They always last 10 minutes. And at the RC Pro Series, they actually run, or they used to run a 10-minute main in short course. So you have to make sure you go 10 minutes. But the battery has been, very dependable. So that's why I run Traxxas batteries. So the newer Traxxas batteries, they have Traxxas ID connectors. And just so everyone knows, let's get something straight. Traxxas didn't make the Traxxas ID connector to monopolize the Traxxas Lipo battery world. They're not trying to not play with others. There's actually a good reason why they made the Traxxas ID connector, and it's behind it being safer. So I like Traxxas ID connectors, especially for my boys, because there's no guesswork. They plug it in, they hit charge, and it charges and balances every time. There's no way to mess it up. It's super safe. And I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot more confidence charging a Traxxas ID battery, or letting my sons charge a Traxxas ID battery, than any other battery out there. So there are some caveats. The caveats are they're big and bulky, which that's not too bad. But you can't charge a Traxxas ID battery with an aftermarket charger, or you're not supposed to, or they stopped. So I'm actually making connectors right now, and I had to buy a Traxxas ID connector at that race in Porter because I ran into this problem. But the problem I ran into in Porter was, sorry guys, if I'm sweating and glistening, it's because it's super hot out here, and I turn the fan off whenever I record. So anyways, what I learned at Porter, at Mike's Hobby Shop in Porter, Texas, was I brought my Traxxas ID connector, or my adapter, to charge with my aftermarket battery charger, and the balance plug, the order of the wires is completely different than a normal Lipo battery. So where a normal Lipo battery is, I think a normal Lipo battery is black, red, or black, blue, red, green, yellow. I believe that's the order. Anyways, it doesn't matter. That's the order of a normal Lipo battery. Well, on Traxxas, they actually mix them up. So I forgot this piece, this little piece right here. This is the adapter for 4S to 2S. I thought, and in most cases, you can just plug any, I believe these are called JST connectors, or lightning, I don't know. Anyways, the Lipo Balancing plug, you can just plug that in anything and it will balance whatever battery you have. But because Traxxas rearranged the balancing leads, it wouldn't balance. It just wouldn't. It didn't read. It didn't see a second cell because the wires were mixed up. So the only way to get around that is to have this little piece right here. So I had to buy an entirely new Traxxas plug set just to have this piece, because this is the piece you need. So remember, when you buy this connector, basically what you buy is this. You buy this piece. This is what you get. I had the part number. I'll put the part number in the description below, but most everyone that runs Traxxas batteries will probably have this. But this is so you can check the balance on a battery using the Traxxas ID connector. And as you can see the actual wires, the wire colors don't match up. So they used to, I have 3 different Traxxas adapters. They used to actually make an adapter where you can use an aftermarket battery charger to charge Traxxas ID batteries, and it would just have a regular, this is one that actually Traxxas used to sell. It had a regular Traxxas plug and then the balance plug, and you could charge a battery. Traxxas might get mad at me for doing this video, but I think it's important for you guys to know, and I think there are actually videos out there that show you that you can do this, but I think that my way is a little bit easier. But I will show you guys how to make a Traxxas ID adapter. Alright guys, so to make a charging adapter for a Traxxas ID connector, so you can charge Traxxas ID batteries with an aftermarket charger, you're going to need this part number, and this part number is 2938X. I went ahead and looked it up for you guys. 2938X will get you this. It will get you this piece, which is like the balance plug for Traxxas ID battery, and then it will give you two of these adapters, these balance adapters. So make sure you keep these because again, the wires are rearranged, you need these. So in this case, you'll get two. It'll be three pieces. This piece, and then the 3S adapter. I use 2S batteries, so boom, you just make it like that. And then you're gonna need a whatever you use for your charging lead. So I use Deans for all my charging leads, and then I just use adapters. So basically, this is just a pigtail with a Deans on the end, a female Deans on the end. So it's really actually simple. All you have to do is, that's a inside joke in the IT world. Whenever someone tells you that you need to program something and they say all you got to do is, always ends up being really bad. Get a flathead screwdriver, and you actually want to go inside the connector and pop the leads out. So you just put some pressure on the lead, and then basically what happens is you get to this piece where you can pull the lead out, the Traxxas plug, see, just like that, just like the old school Traxxas plugs where you would have to get these little metal lead parts and then put them in, insert them in. So now you have these two pieces. So this is basically all you have to do, is you just have to solder this piece, solder this onto this, and then you plug it in, and then you actually have that adapter that Traxxas used to sell that they don't sell anymore. So the only tricky piece to this is trying to solder two wires on a lead can get kind of cumbersome at times because one will try to pop off whenever you're trying to get them on there. But I started to use flux, which guys, if you haven't started using flux to solder, oh my god, this thing is like, this is a game changer right here. This makes soldering so much easier. Basically, it makes tinning the wires, it tins much cleaner, it tins faster, keeps the tip on your soldering iron clean. This thing is like, I don't know how I've been going so long without flux. So let me get this soldered on here. So you take the actual lead part, the metal lead parts out of the plug connector, take them out, and then you solder your lead joint or your lead pigtail on there. So let me do that real quick and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so here it is. That's it. That's what Traxxas used to sell, except this used to be a Traxxas connector. Again, you can put a Traxxas connector here. This is the old one. This is what they used to sell. But in this case, I use Deans, so I'll put a Deans connector on there. You can't find these female connectors anymore. They only make the Traxxas male connectors, but did a pretty clean job on this. I don't like how I twisted that wire a little bit, but I don't care enough to take it off again. I don't think I care enough to take it off again. So that's how you make a Traxxas ID connector, and that's everything you need to know about Traxxas ID connectors. So if you like this video, guys, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, and you guys will see me next time. Later, guys.